for this opportunity. We honor you tonight for this opportunity to come and to share with so many of these great young men whom I've seen around the church, great minds, and certainly are prepared academically and spiritually, I believe, to speak to what we're going to be talking about tonight. I would like to just say welcome, and I'd like to just get right into our discussion. I want to kind of talk about tonight. I'd like to kind of get this started by asking a simple question, and that is, why do young men appear to be drawn to other religious movements like the Hebrew Israelites, and so on and so forth? What can be done, in your estimation or in your opinions, that can draw young men, African American men in particular, to Christ? Elder Man, can you answer that question? And then anyone else that want to chime in, you can come right on in, and we'll just go right along, on and on. Elder Man, would you give some understanding to perhaps what your understanding of you're doing as relating to why so many young men, African American men particularly, being drawn to other religions like Israelites, like the Nation of Islam, so forth? Talk about it.
Sure. God bless you. Thank you all so much, Bishop Hankerson, Bishop Bell. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and to all these other great men of God that we share this time with. That is an amazing question, and I believe as we look to move forward in the church, I think that's the very thing that is hindering us, because the church itself comes off as a stagnant entity. And so I believe that the church must get back to being a movement. I just don't believe that nowadays that people want to join a church in the typical fashion that is, in the older way, but they want to get involved with the movement. It's not just the Hebrew Israelite movement. It's all these movements, the Me Too movement, the LGBT movement. All of these things are gathering people. It's because it is a movement, and the church itself, it comes off as a stagnant entity. And so we have to be a part of something and present a movement that is impacting families, impacting lives, impacting things that are affecting our community, affecting our generation, and then introducing the love of Christ through the movement. If you look at Jesus, Jesus was a movement. He wasn't a standalone entity when he was moving forward. And I'll say one more thing, and I'll open it up. I believe this is important, that the church itself, I believe we have to be active and be public about our ability to foster and train and develop and show future leadership. And give opportunity for that as we move forward. People want to be a part of what they feel like they can make a tangible impact in. And so I believe, again, if we can get back to the church, becoming a movement. I know, I'm not an advocate of preaching, we got to get outside of the four walls of the church. That's a given. I don't believe we should talk against the entity of the church, but I believe we must become a movement that impacts people's lives in the various areas that they face on a daily basis.
Dr. Timothy Fair, what bring some more comments and some more creativity to what I just heard? I think you hit it out the park, Elder Man. But I know these great minds here. Dr. Fair, talk to us.
Certainly. And thank you again, Bishop Hankerson and Bishop Bell as well. Thrilled to be here with you all and my brothers this evening. I would argue that there is a real dearth of teaching that is happening right now in most of our churches. What I mean by teaching, I mean teaching doctrine. The Hebrew Israelites, although they are wrong, unfortunately, many of us cannot counter what they're teaching, number one, because we don't understand it. We haven't studied it in a way, how Paul was able to really counter false doctrine because he understood it. And so, number one, understanding that false doctrine.
Shalom, giving all glory, honor, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors are definitely due unto the venerable apostles of the Great Millstone, along with the elders who rule and teach Yasharallah well through the Spirit. Salutations, peace, and blessings to the Bayafta Wadah, which is the house of David, the elect, I'm Shamar with the Men of Valor South Carolina Camp, and this is a video put up by the brother Yaramla, part of the Men of Valor SC Upstate Camp, the men up there in Greenville, South Carolina. Okay, and his personal page here is Men of Valor Warriors of Truth, and the brother did a video. He put it up today. Today being Thanksgiving. All right, and you see the title of the video, "The Church Deception is Done." Okay, and here it is. You see a panel of Judite, so-called black, all right, Christian teachers, man, and preachers, all right, all false prophets, all right. And you heard what the one brother just said. He said that they don't understand what we teach, and this is a perfect, this fits perfectly, ties right into Romans the 11th chapter and the 7th verse. Okay, because it's definitely true that, our people, all right, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, and Israelite foreigners and speckled birds, all right, the Lord's people, it is true that our people have a zeal for the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, but it ain't according to knowledge, man. All of these men show zeal, okay, but they don't know what the hell's going on, man, and it also is further proof that, again, of Romans 11 and verse 7, okay? So I'm going to start with this scripture, and this is beautiful. Man, look, Christianity is done. I seen another video today by the elder Yashar Wamba out in Dallas, one of the heads of the one of the Quans of the Dallas camp, Great Millstone, Dallas, and he was going into how Christianity is on, how church membership is on the decline. Okay, people are leaving because why? Because these Christians got no answers, man. They got no answers. They can't go into the prophecies. They don't know what the hell's going on. All right, especially these so-called Edomite Christians, these so-called white Christians, like Vocab Malone and all his sidekicks, Dr. James White, the Edomite, and David Wood. Okay, and they got no answers, man. Okay, this is Romans the 11th chapter and the 7th verse. It says, "What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for." So, our people are seeking for something, all right? But 2/3 aren't going to obtain it. Okay, it says, "But the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded." That's right. So only the elect has obtained, all right, that which he seeketh for, man. Israel, the 12 tribes, okay? No one else, man. All right? As a matter of fact, the rest, the 2/3, are blinded. Okay? They don't know what the hell's going on, right along with Esau and these other heathens out here who are following God and so-called Jesus Christ. All right? They've been blinded, man. Verse 8, keep on going. It says, "According as it is written, the Most High Power Yahweh hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see and ears that they should not hear unto this day." So, and that's true. And these men right here, okay, they were put in the spirit of slumber by who? The Most High Power Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua. All right, they're still clinging to their slave master's religion, man, Christianity. Which they don't even realize that how oppressed they are, man. Many of them have neckties around their necks. Some of them are lined up. A few of them have beards, and that's a good thing. But they lost, man. They lost. And like the title of this video goes into, the brother goes into, man. It said the church deception is done, man. See, that stronghold has been brought down through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay, and hold on, I'm going to keep going in Romans 11, but let me get that. Yeah, this Christian stronghold has been destroyed, man. All through the spirit. Because the truth has been spread into the four corners of the earth, man. It's been noised abroad, all right, and the elect have woken up, man. This is 2 Corinthians. I'm going to go back to Romans, but this is 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3. It says, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh." That's right. We're not out here fighting carnally. We're not out here looking to defend ourselves carnally. Okay, like these so-called black militias out here. No, man, we not warring after the flesh. Our war right now is spiritual in nature. Okay, it says right now is spiritual in nature. Okay, it says, verse 4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. See, who has a carnal weapon? Whose blessing was the sword? That's Esau, the so-called white man. Okay, the weapons of his warfare are carnal, but not ours. It says, but mighty through the Most High Power Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds. It says, casting down imaginations, verse 5, and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High Power Yahweh, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. That's right. So we've cast down their imaginations, man. And this high thing that has exalted itself against the Lord is Christianity, man. This Roman Catholicism. All right? So let me go back to Romans 11, and I'm going to read verse 8 again. It says, according as it is written. Okay, where was this written? All right, this was written for one place in Isaiah, the 29th chapter. Okay, it says, according as it is written, the Most High Power Yahweh hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day. Right now, man. So-called Thanksgiving Day, 2021. These men are in a spirit of slumber. Okay? They're spiritual stillborns, man. All right? And most of these men are older. And you know what the Lord said about putting new wine in an old bottle? You can't do it, man. The new wine representing this truth. The older you get, the stonier that heart becomes, man. The stonier your mind becomes. These men, they have some renown within their circle. They've gone to cemetery school. They most of these men, many of these men have multiple degrees. They probably calling themselves, masters in divinity. Masters of theology. You're not going to put this new wine into an old bottle, man. It's very hard for an older man, okay, to come, okay? Because, you got to come like a babe, man. You got to come like a child, all right? And, that requires humility, man. Verse 9, and David saith, Romans chapter 11, verse 9, and David saith, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. Okay, so, yeah, man, this word, man, all right, is a snare and a trap and a stumbling block. Again, you heard the brother say it. They don't understand what we teach. They can't understand what we teach. Okay, as the hopeful elect, beginning with the elder apostle, the great millstone. Why? Because it ain't for them, man. And the rest were blinded. That most likely is going to be the title of this video, through the Spirit. Now where did David say this? He said this in the book of Psalms. For all you Old Testament only Israelites who don't hearken to the New Testament, who don't believe the testimony, who don't believe in Yahweh Shai, all they were doing was referring back to the prophets, man, to the law, to the prophets. Okay, this was written in Psalms the 69th chapter in the 22nd verse. Okay, verse 10. Let their eyes be darkened that they may not see, and bow down their back all way. Okay, so yeah, man. Yep, the church deception is done. Okay, and only the elect are gonna be able to understand what we teach, man. Okay, you can get that in let's get it in Matthew's. All right, let's get this in Matthew's, the 13th chapter. All right, and starting in verse 11, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking right here. Okay, red letters. It says, Matthew chapter 13 and verse 11, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So these men, all right, it wasn't given to these men, even though they are the head tribe, man. They Judites, okay? But it's only for the elect. You got a lot of Israelites out here, man, especially a lot of these Facebook Israelites, a lot of these Instagram Israelites. Not that there's anything wrong. I mean, I'm not big on social media, but you got a lot of Israelites out here, okay, from both kingdoms, okay, who are trying to save all of Israel, man. Okay, when 2/3 of Israel ain't gonna make it, you're not gonna wake everybody up, man. You're just not. Our job is to go out and preach the word, out on the highways and hedges, in the chief place of concourse, like the four corners of the earth. And whoever the Lord wants to this word to reach, that's who it's going to reach, man, and not one person more. Okay? We ain't out here trying to save all of Israel right now. Why? Because all Israel can't be saved. Ultimately, all Israel will be saved. Paul goes into that. Okay, in the book of Romans. Matter of fact, later in chapter 11, Paul touches on that, man. All Israel will eventually be saved, man, in the kingdom. Okay? It says, verse 12, for whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance, but whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. Therefore speak I, Salakia. All right, it says, therefore, verse 13, therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. These men don't understand the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. Okay? They're seeking for something. Okay? They have a zeal. Okay? But it's not according to knowledge. All right? It said they're no different at the end of the day right now from Vocab Malone and all these whacked out, bugged out Christians. Okay, it says, therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. Verse 14, and in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah. Okay, so here goes Yahushua. All right, quote in Isaiah. Okay, it says, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. So when these men see, the Israelites teaching, okay, they're literally looking at, brothers teaching, but they're not able to perceive what's going on. Okay? Again, they can't hear the new song we're singing. They still singing that old played out, pagan song, man. That's the old song. Verse 15. And again, this is written in Isaiah the 6th chapter. It says, verse 15, for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing. In their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. All right. Verse 16, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Okay. And I'm going to end it there. Hey, the church deception is done. Okay. If you're one of the Lord's people, and you're still on a church roll, and you're still going into these harlot houses posing as churches, you need to flee from all that, man. Because the Lord is coming back to destroy everything, all right, that you've been to destroy, physically destroy all these high places, all right? It ain't going to be no more Christianity going forward. It's dead, man. The church deception is done, all right? The church deception is done. Christianity is over. It's finished. Lord willing, he was edified through the Spirit. God, I want to say shalom.